Hi everyone, my name is Holly, and today I'm going to share a little bit with you about my experience with the Harmonic Egg. I have some questions that I'll use as prompts, but before I do that, just to share a little bit about myself and my background. I am 31 years old. I live in and around Atlanta, big city. I have a pretty stressful job. I work in consulting, and as part of trying to manage the stress of my job and just have better well-being, I have been exploring things like meditation and learning more about energy, sound, and frequency in general. And that's sort of what brought me here to High Vibing Health, was podcasts that I listened to on that topic with the person who created the egg, Gail, and just hearing her talk about all the thought and technology and consciousness that went into developing this, as well as some of the benefits that she described that herself and others had experienced with using not even specifically the Harmonic Egg, but similar technologies. I thought I just have to try this. So I, did a quick Google search, found the website. They have a very handy way to find the closest Harmonic Egg to you, which happened to be here at High Vibing Health. And I actually made an appointment the next day as soon as I could to come in and try it, because I just felt like this is something that I need to look into. I don't have a ton of serious health problems, but due to my job and being in high stress situations 5 days out of the week, I do struggle with some minor anxiety. I have problems sleeping. Prior to using the Harmonic Egg, I've been on some form of sleep medication for the past 5 years, and whenever I tried to go off of it, always had to come right back on it. So sleep has always been an issue, and I had also recently found out that some of my fertility hormones were sort of lower than expected for someone my age. So those were sort of my intentions that I had on my mind when I came here wanting to explore this. And I've done 3 sessions so far. And I'll share a little bit about kind of how I felt after each one and the progression that I've seen since then. I would say that I've definitely seen some results with sleep. I haven't had to take my sleep medication. It's still not perfect sleep. I still have nights where I wake up earlier than I want to. Maybe it's a little harder to go to sleep, but in general, just being able to be off of sleep medication for, I guess it's two weeks now, is a first for me in a really long time. So I think that's probably the most major impact that I've seen. I also find, particularly right after my sessions and for at least 2 to 3 days, I just have a much more enhanced mood, which I've always wanted to be one of those people that was just happy and joyful and blissful all the time. And I thought, how are some people like that? I wish that could be me. I definitely think that this helps me get there, and I do have an immense sense of happiness and feel joyful and at peace. That's very, very noticeable for, I would say, like I said, at least 2 to 3 days. And I usually come on Saturdays, so as the work week gets into swing, I do notice that start to fade a little bit, which is, I find things like meditation and generally trying to do other things to kind of keep my energy levels up tend to help as well. But I find that this is a very good way for me to sort of reset and get back to that periodically as needed. So I'll share a little bit about kind of what the actual experience is like. So you go into the egg, you lay down in a nice, very comfortable recliner, have a blanket if you want, and then, you know, depending on sort of what your treatment plan is, you know, the lights will be set to a certain setting or color, the, you know, specific song or music will play, and really I spend that time in whatever way feels right to me that day. So some days while I'm in there laying, you know, usually close my eyes because I find that really peaceful. Sometimes I'll meditate, sometimes I'll, you know, try to sleep. Today I did almost nod off a little bit, which was nice, but overall I just try not to think about everything else going on in the world and my life, and try to just relax, and really focus on being present in that moment and feeling, you know, sort of the impacts on my body, which is really interesting. It's, you know, I tend to feel all of the hairs, you know, stand up. You can definitely feel the vibrations from the music and the shape of the egg sort of coming through your body. Today I had an interesting sensation where it almost felt like someone was massaging the sides of my eyes, which was very great and relaxing. And I think it's different, probably for everyone, and depending on which song or, you know, music that you're listening to. But in general, I would say it's just a very deep sense of relaxation. I think the last thing I'll just touch on is who I think could benefit from the egg. I think, you know, it's a great tool in general for anyone who is on, you know, or wants to go on some type of journey to heal themselves, whether that's from, you know, more simple everyday things like stress, or, you know, maybe have something bigger health-wise going on. I do think there's a lot of research out there about, you know, sound and vibrational therapy and the impacts that it can have on healing. And I do think it's important to remember, though, that, you know, this isn't something, this type of therapy, or really any type of therapy, that you can just go and do one session in one day and say, okay, that's it. It is really sort of a life cycle, a lifestyle change that you have to focus on, and doing that, like I mentioned earlier, kind of helps extend and deepen the effects that you'll feel too. So I think if there's, you know, anyone out there who's very serious about trying to take a step forward, or a new direction with their health and making some lifestyle changes, I think this could be a good thing. And yeah, I hope that more people learn about this, and take advantage of it. And Wendy is also just a beautiful, beautiful soul. And it's so nice even just seeing her whenever I'm here. She's like a ray of sunshine, breath of fresh air. So if anything, you know, come and meet her and have one more light in your life. Thank you.